A solemn address by President Donald Trump this afternoon after the massacre in Las Vegas. First, a moment of silence at the White House before the president spoke about the attack. He called for unity after a week of divisive comments regarding NFL players kneeling during the anthem and the White House's response to the destruction in Puerto Rico. President Trump thanked the first responders in Las Vegas for saving lives and finding the shooter so quickly.
We are joined together today and said it was an act of pure evil. Our unity cannot be shattered by evil. Our bonds cannot be broken by violence. And though we feel such great anger at the senseless murder of our fellow citizens, it is our love that defines us today and always will, forever.
He ordered all flags be flown at half-staff today. The president and first lady will visit Las Vegas on Wednesday. Tomorrow, he's scheduled to visit the victims of Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico. Meantime, White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders fought back tears in her daily press briefing. She described the many heroic acts by those killed and injured in the attack. People who acted as human shields to protect friends, loved ones, and people they have never met. One couple who escaped the attack returned to help to take people to the hospital.
The memory of those who displayed the ultimate expression of love in the midst of an unimaginable act of hate will never fade. Their examples will serve as an eternal reminder that the American spirit cannot and will not ever be broken.
Sanders says it's too early to call this an act of domestic terrorism.
Former Congresswoman Gabby Giffords and her husband, Captain Mark Kelly, say this is a very dark day for our great country.
The nation's counting on you.
Kelly criticized the administration, specifically Congress, saying thoughts and prayers are not enough.
Despite the tragedies in places like Aurora, Newtown, and Orlando, despite daily shootings in communities across America, despite senseless, deadly gun-related domestic violence, despite an epidemic of preventable suicides, despite the problem of toddlers shooting toddlers and their parents, the response from Congress has been to do nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Kelly called it an act of domestic terrorism and said the victims will be forced to learn to live a very different life as he and Giffords have. Giffords released this statement before her press conference. I send the injured all my strength. You have a long road ahead. Be strong. You can do it. My heart is with the city of Las Vegas and all who were touched by this tragedy.
And Congressman Steve Scalise, who returned to Congress just last week after being shot by a gunman in June, tweeted this: Jennifer and I are praying for the victims of this unspeakable violence in Las Vegas. And Senator John McCain tweeted this statement: Cindy and I are praying for the victims of the terrible Las Vegas shooting and their families. We appreciate the bravery and all first responders. And Senator Jeff Flake tweeted, awful, awful scene in Las Vegas. My heart goes out to the victims and their families.